What is up, guys? It's Swampert here, back with some Ultra League battles this time in the Pokemon Go Battle League. So today I'm going to be using a team of Poliwrath, Typhlosion, and Lapras. Poliwrath is really great on the lead because he's able to apply quite a lot of shield pressure, and he's fairly bulky. Uh, Typhlosion and Lapras are both fairly safe on the switch, but I will generally go with Lapras. Just because he's bulkier and doesn't necessarily rely quite as much on shields. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into the videos. So I keep Poliwrath and Typhlosion on the team because I always want to have two Pokemon that can deal with Registeel since he's just so common and such a threat. So here we get a Shiftry on the lead. I definitely don't want to stay in this fight, so I'm going to go straight into Lapras because the Ice Shard damage will add up very quickly. So he switches out into Registeel, which is totally fine because Lapras is going to be able to get 3 Surfs in before he dies, which is going to actually add up pretty quickly on the Registeel. So we're not going to shield. It probably will be a Focus Blast, but I can definitely survive, and I know he's going to have to use more energy to take out the Lapras. So second Surf comes in here, gets him to about half health, and the third Surf is going to get him down to about a quarter health. And then he's going to be dropping another charge move pretty quickly. Yeah, here it is, and I'm just going to let the Lapras go down. It's done its job. Registeel is quite low. So I'm going to come back in with Poliwrath now, and since he's got Shiftry, I need to farm up as much energy as I can, because that's going to be a tough matchup for me. So I'm not going to shield. I want to save those shields for the Shiftry, and just going to farm him all the way down with Mud Shot. So now I've got a ton of loaded energy on Poliwrath. Going to go straight for Ice Punch. I am going to have to shield the Leaf Blade, but that's fine. We've got 2 shields. So we go for the Ice Punch here. This is probably going to be getting a shield from the Shiftry. It does get a shield. And then he actually switches out into Giratina. So that's totally fine. Those Ice Punches are going to be dealing a lot of damage to Giratina as well. We're going to stay in this fight and try and get as much damage off on that Giratina as we can. So I'm able to get another Ice Punch in. I am going to shield this because I want to either get another Ice Punch in for damage or get his last shield. So we go ahead and use the Ice Punch. We do get the last shield, which is great for us. This charge move will be taking us out, but Typhlosion can come in, and with Shadow Claw, he's going to be dealing super effective damage on those fast moves. So we're just going to farm Giratina all the way down with Shadow Claws and save our energy for that Shiftry when it comes back in. So we start farming him down. The Shiftry comes back in, so we go for Blast Burn right away, which is going to be one-shotting the Shiftry. So that's really important because we definitely didn't want to take a charge move from Shiftry. And now we're just going to be able to finish this off with Shadow Claw. So Shadow Claws are able to take out the Giratina there, so that was a really solid win for us. Yeah, so as I was saying, Poliwrath and Typhlosion are there to deal with Registeel, while Lapras is there for Giratina, and then both Typhlosion and Poliwrath can do okay in that matchup. So that really takes care of the 2 biggest meta threats. So here we come up against an Articuno on the lead. And against Articuno, I always go for Ice Punch straight away to make sure I get in a charge move before they use an Icy Wind. So we actually get a shield there, which is really good for us. I was worried that this could be a Hurricane, especially since the Elite Charge TMs are out now, and I thought that he might have used one. But I'm going to be going for a Dynamic Punch here. We get the damage, which is a good chunk, actually. And then we switch into Lapras. Lapras is going to be able to soak this Icy Wind with no problem. And then they actually bring in their Giratina here, so this is great for us because even though he's once debuffed, these Ice Beams are going to do a lot of damage. So we did about half of Giratina's health with the 1 Ice Beam there still. We don't need to shield any of Giratina's charge move. Lapras is bulky enough that he can tank them quite well. This second Ice Beam is almost certainly going to be getting a shield. It does get the shield, but we should still be able to take out this Giratina. So again, don't need to shield here. Going to keep going for those ice shards, and I'm actually going to drop a surf to make sure that he does not get to another charge move. So the surf is going to be taking out the Giratina, and now we've got a shield advantage and switch advantage. So this is looking really good for us. They bring in Cresselia, so I'm going to bring in Typhlosion, because Poliwrath definitely doesn't want to be in that matchup, and the Shadow Claws are going to do a lot of damage. So Blast Burn coming in here. This is going to get the Cresselia to about half health, so it does quite a lot of damage. I am going to use the shield because Future Sight would definitely hurt. And then he brings in Articuno again, but that is totally fine because I'm going to get to that Blast Burn really quick, and that's going to one-shot the Articuno. He cannot take a Blast Burn. And then the Shadow Claw damage is going to add up very quick, so this second Blast Burn on the Cresselia is going to take it out. So you can see there how Typhlosion in the back, when he has a shield and they are left unshielded, he can absolutely tear through a team. He does so much damage with his charge moves, and he's actually able to get to them pretty quickly thanks to Shadow Claw. So he's definitely a big threat once the shields are down. Yeah, so with this team, like I was saying earlier, you have decent matchups against Registeel and Giratina, and then Swampert can be handled by both Lapras and Poliwrath as well. So here we actually get a Swampert on the lead, which is pretty good for us. Poliwrath is going to be able to get to those Dynamic Punches faster than Swampert can get to Earthquake, so we're going to go for Dynamic Punch. He lets it go through, so that's good. This is probably an Earthquake, so I do go ahead and shield. I don't want to let Earthquake hit me yet. And then we're going to go for another Dynamic Punch here. So this is almost certainly going to be getting a shield from the Swampert. We do get a shield. And this is likely another Earthquake. Not going to shield because I can't go 2 shields deep this early. So get to a third Dynamic Punch here, and he actually puts up a shield here. So he's gone 2 shields deep already, which is good for us. This is going to be Hydro Cannon, which will take us out. But that's totally fine because we can come in with Lapras and farm him down for energy. So this is going to be another Hydro Cannon. He definitely didn't have time to get to Surf, so no need to shield. And then we're able to take him down just by farming him with Ice Shard. And then they actually come in with Cloyster. So I'm going to go for the Surf here. And then I'm actually going to switch into Typhlosion. In hindsight, I think I should have stayed in a little longer. I shield this because I don't know what charge moves Cloyster can have. But I think I should have made sure that I stayed in and took an Icy Wind with Lapras before switching out. Because now Typhlosion's in a really tough spot against Giratina. He's once debuffed on the attack, so he's not going to be doing a ton of damage. I'm able to get 2 Blast Burns off. But you can see that they're resisted, and since he's debuffed, they're still just not doing a lot of damage. So charge move coming in from Giratina here. Knowing that they've got Cloyster in the back, my only hope is to build up as much energy as I can with Lapras and use it all before they can debuff me at all. So going for the Surf right away. Then going to get, again, straight away for another Surf. So able to get 2 Surfs off immediately, getting the Lapras fairly low. This third Surf is going to be getting him very low, but at this point he's got to have a charge move coming in pretty soon, so it's going to be a race to the end here. And he does in fact have a charge move. I think this will be Hydro Pump. It is Hydro Pump, so that's going to take out the Lapras, and we're not going to be able to pull that out. So that was definitely well played by my opponent. I do think I made a mistake, though, and should have had Lapras absorb a charge move from Cloyster before switching into Typhlosion. So Ultra League is actually, I think, my favorite of the three leagues. And so the reason for that is that um, there's still a really wide variety of Pokemon that you can use, but you can use pretty much every Pokemon that you catch in the wild. In Great League, there's some Pokemon that you catch in the wild where, if it's a Barboach that's level 30, you evolve it and it's too high CP. But pretty much everything you catch, you could use in the Ultra League. So again, here we catch another Registeel on the lead. So we're gonna swap into Lapras after they've swapped into Muck. Um, I could have actually stayed in against the Muck with Poliwrath, but I definitely don't want my Lapras to have to face off against that Registeel, so better to get him in there now. And we're just going to be going for some Surf damage here. So we get to 2 Surfs. He's going to let them both go through. So he's very low now. I am going to go ahead and shield here because I want to maintain switch advantage. So going to farm down with those Ice Shards on the Muck there, and then Registeel comes back in, so we've got a Surf ready for him, which will be just doing some nice chip damage, starting to getting him lower, and we're actually able to get to a second Surf before he's able to take us out with a charge move. So this is really good for us, because now he's within range for Dynamic Punch, I think, to take him out immediately. So we're not going to shield the Flash Cannon, and we are going to come right back in with Poliwrath and go straight for Dynamic Punch. So this is definitely going to be getting a shield. And then he's swapping out. We're going to swap into our Typhlosion, which will be able to take out that Meganium very easily. So I don't shield this. I was pretty sure it was Frenzy Plant. I didn't think he had enough time to get to Earthquake. This Blast Burn is going to be getting my opponent's second shield. And then we're just going to be going for that second Blast Burn as quickly as we can. So I was worried this could be Earthquake. I didn't want to risk it, so I do go ahead and shield. And then we get to that Blast Burn, and that's going to be taking out the Meganium. So there was really no reason not to shield that Frenzy Plant. Against the Registeel, we are so close to getting into another Blast Burn, which would be taking him out, but he does get to the Flash Cannon, and then the Lock-On actually takes us out. So that was really close, but we've got the Poliwrath back, and Dynamic Punch is going to be taking out the Registeel here. So catching the Registeel on the lead is really good for us. Poliwrath has a great matchup against Registeel, and we were able to build off that and maintain switch advantage there throughout. So that was definitely key for that matchup. All right, so getting into this fourth match here. And on this fourth match, we catch a Clefable on the lead. So I got to get out of here as quickly as I can. Go straight for Lapras on this switch. And he's actually staying in this fight, which is really good news for me. So I'm going to just go ahead and try and get as much damage onto him as I can with Surf. We get the shield there, which is quite good. Since he stayed in, I am going to go ahead and shield, because I think he might have something weak to Lapras in the back. So I'm going to go for the second Surf here. This gets the damage on the Clefable, which is good. Going to be able to get to another Surf before he gets to another charge move, which will either be taking him out or getting the second shield. And we do get the second shield, so this is great for us. At this point, Lapras has done his job. Not quite able to get to another Surf, but we definitely don't need to shield here, because Typhlosion is now going to have a shield and energy advantage on their back line, which is just great. So they bring in Swampert here. Typhlosion doesn't care. He's going to shield this Hydro Cannon, and then he is going to get to that Solar Beam before they get to another one. So he able to get to the Solar Beam, and that's going to one-shot the Swampert. Solar Beam does so much damage. And they've got a Charizard then in the back, and again, Typhlosion going to be able to get to that Blast Burn faster than Charizard can. Blast Burn is going to be doing a decent amount of damage, about half of Charizard's health, and then those Shadow Claws are really starting to add up. So he's going to have to use some energy here. It's going to be a Dragon Claw, but then Poliwrath is almost full health. He's able to come in and just finish him off with an Ice Punch. So he's going to have to tank a Blast Burn first, but he is going to resist it, and this Ice Punch will take out the Charizard. So that was another game there where Typhlosion got a shield and got to go through their team when they had both shields down, and he's able to really bring home that match for us. So definitely a good set of 5 matches there. They were my first ones with Ultra League coming back, so really happy to get back into the Ultra League. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.